Well, a good evening to all pro wrestling fans from all around the world of all shapes and sizes. Welcome to another Pro Wrestling Talk video brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the U to the Tube. I am your host, Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. So, I wanted to get on here and give some more tournament updates. Want to go over the current standings of the 15th Goddesses of Stardom Tag League. Want to go over the current standings of the Noah Junior Grand Prix 2025 as the semifinals for that show, or for that tournament, has been set. And then I want to finish off by giving my review of Chihiro Hashimoto's 10th anniversary show. And yeah, so got a good amount of content for this video. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start with the tournament updates. So, the 15th Goddesses of Stardom Tag League. Another weekend full of matches secured. So, let us dive in to the current standings. Alright, starting with the Red Goddesses block first. Y'all ready? Let's do it. Okay, Red Goddesses block. Alright. Right now, sitting at an abysmal 0 points on a 0-5 record. Oof. Is Reckless Fantasy. Reckless Fantasy, made up of Wakasukiyama and Rion. Whew, just really bad. 0-5 with losses to BMI 2000, Aquastella, God's Eye, Dos Locas de Mexico, and Sareee Miku Kanai. They only have 2 matches left, but unfortunately, there is no way that they can make top 3 and therefore are mathematically eliminated. Oof. That's really a bummer, but considering they had gotten a few wins last year, like maybe 2 or so wins, which I mean they still could get, but ugh, it's been a terrible tournament for them, unfortunately. Alrighty, we have one team right now sitting at 2 points on a 1-2 record, and that team is Mi Vida Loca, made up of Bozilla and Akira Kuragane. So let's take a look at them. 1-2, the victory over Aquastella and the 2 losses to Dos Locas de Mexico and Sareee Miku Kanai. They still have 4 matches left, so they're still very much in it. But yeah, 4 matches left for them. Okay, we have two teams sitting at 4 points each, both with 2-3 records. They are God's Eye and Sareee Miku Kanai. Let's look at Sareee Miku Kanai. 2-3. They have victories over Reckless Fantasy and Mi Vida Loca, but losses to God's Eye, Aquastella, and BMI 2000. They only have 2 matches left. So they are still very much in it. But you know, they gotta win out. They definitely gotta win out. But they're still very much in it. And then same thing with God's Eye. That's Hina and Rana Yagami, 2-3. Victories over Reckless Fantasy and Sareee Miku Kanai, but 3 losses to Aquastella, Cosmic Angels, and BMI 2000. And yeah, they got 2 matches left as well. Okay, we have one team sitting at a record of 2-1-1 with 5 points total. And that Dos Locas de Mexico, made up of Teoletko, and Osita. So 2-1-1 record. So they got 2 victories over Reckless Fantasy and Mi Vida Loca, the 1 loss to Cosmic Angels, and the 1 draw with Aqua Stella. So they got 3 matches left. Yeah, they got 3 matches left. So still very much in it. Alrighty. We have 2 teams, both sitting undefeated at 3-0 for 6 points. They are Cosmic Angels and BMI 2000. Let's take a look at Cosmic Angels. That's Natsupoi and Sareee. 3-0, 3 victories over Aqua Stella, God's Eye, and Dos Locos de Mexico. So they have 4 matches left. And then we have the current Goddesses of Stardom Tag Champions in BMI 2000. That's Natsuko Tora and Ruaka from Hate. 3-0 with victories over God's Eye, Reckless Fantasy, and Sareee Miku Kanai. And they too have 4 matches left. So both of those teams undefeated right now, 3-0. So sitting at the top with a record of 3-2-1, 7 points total, is Aqua Stella. That's Yuna Mizumori and High Speed Champion Mei Seira. So their 3 victories were over God's Eye, Reckless Fantasy, and Sareee Miku Kanai. Their 1 loss was to Mi Vida Loca, and their 1 draw was with Dos Locos de Mexico. They only have 1 match left. Yeah, they have 1 match left. So they got a chance to finish with 9 points, but we'll see what happens. But they are currently in the lead. Right now it's Aqua Stella on top, and then you have BMI 2000 Cosmic Angels. So those would be your top 3 currently. But yeah, that's the red Goddesses block. Now let's take a look at the blue Goddesses block. Okay, for the blue Goddesses block. Right now, sitting at the bottom with a record of 0-4, 0 points, is Mi Vida Loca's Suzuki and Rina Yamashita. Unfortunately, a very rough outing for them. 4 losses. They had 2 forfeits to Gorilla Trigger and Sakura due to Suzuki being unwell. And then 2 official losses to NXCon and O2 Line. Now, even though they have 3 matches left, unfortunately, with other teams, with multiple other teams with 6 points and 1 with 8, fortunately, they are mathematically eliminated. So, a really, really tough break for Suzu and Rina Yamashita, as that was a team I thought really could have pushed for top 3, but sucks when, you know, sicknesses, injuries happen. Alrighty, we have 2 teams sitting at 2 points each on a 1-3 record. They are O2 Line and the Reiwa Tokyo Towers. Let's take a look at O2 Line. That's Azumi and Miyu Amasaki from Neo Genesis. Their 1 victory was over Mi Vida Loca, but they have 3 losses to Hate, NXCon, and Gorilla Trigger. So they have 3 matches left. Then you have the Reiwa Tokyo Towers from God's Eye. That's Amisore and Lady C. 1 victory over Gorilla Trigger, but 2 losses to Sakura and the Mega Skyscrapers and Hate. So 3 losses, I'm sorry. 1-3, and they have 3 matches left. Okay. We have one team. Yeah, we got one team sitting at 4 points on a 2-2 record. And that's the current Stardom New Blood Tag Team Champions, Sakura. That's Aya Sakura, Sayaka Kurara. So their 2 victories were over the Reiwa Tokyo Towers and the forfeit victory over Mi Vida Loca. 2 losses to Hate and the Mega Skyscrapers. They have 3 matches left. Okay, we have 1, 2, 3 teams. 3 teams with 6 points each. They are Hate, NXCon, and Gorilla Trigger. Okay, let's take a look at Hate. That's Konami and Rina. 3-2 record, 3 victories over Sakura, Reiwa Tokyo Towers, and O2 Line. And their 2 losses were to the Mega Skyscrapers and NXCon. They have 2 matches left. Okay. You have Gorilla Trigger, which they just came up with this name recently. That's Saya Ida and B. Priestley of Stars. 3-2 as well. Victories over NXCon, O2 Line, and the forfeit victory over Mi Vida Loca. 2 losses to Reiwa Tokyo Towers and the Mega Skyscrapers. They got 2 matches left. And then we have NXCon. That's Shuri and Saki Kashima. So they have a 3-1 record. 6 points. Victories over Hate, Mi Vida Loca, and O2 Line. And the 1 loss to Gorilla Trigger. And they have 3 matches left. And then, sitting at the top, undefeated in the Blue Goddesses block with 8 points on a 4-0 record, are the Mega Skyscrapers, which is Hanako and Megan Bang. Just an impressive 4-0 victories over Gorilla Trigger, Sakura, Reiwa Tokyo Towers, and Hate. They have 3 matches left. But they are the dominant team right now in the Blue Goddesses block, and to be honest with you, they could get the sweep, but I don't think they're going to get the sweep. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. So, but yeah, so the top 3 right now, so Mega Skyscrapers is at the top. And then it's interesting because you have a 3-way tie between Gorilla Trigger, NXCon, and Hate. Although NXCon would probably be 2nd place, and then Gorilla Trigger, Hate, since they're both 3-2, are tied for 3rd place. Yeah. So, I got a feeling it's going to get even more interesting. I think it's going to get even more interesting. But let's look at the upcoming matchups. Red Goddesses block. So the next matches won't be until November 23rd. So they got a nice little break. So November 23rd are the next matchups. So let's see, what do we have? Cosmic Angels versus Reckless Fantasy. Oof. Yeah. They're probably going to go 4-0 there. Mi Vida Loca versus BMI 2000. That ought to be interesting. God's Eye versus Dos Locos de Mexico. Ooh, that should be really good. So you got 3 matches for the Red Goddesses on November 23rd. Let's take a look at Blue Goddesses. Okay, they got some matches for the 23rd as well. Let's see, what do we have? An X-Con versus the Reiwa Tokyo Towers. Uh-oh. Ami Sourei and Shuri on opposite sides. Let's go. Looking forward to that matchup. Let's see, what else we got? We got Hate versus Gorilla Trigger. That should be good. That should be really good. Let's see. Oh, I guess there's no other matches that they're having on the 23rd. Just those 2? Dang. Oh well. But yeah, so should be good. Should be really good. But like I said, there's still a good bit of tournament matches left, and then don't forget, got the playoffs to look forward to. And just as a reminder, don't forget the playoffs. The playoffs will start on November 29th. And remember, it's the top 3 teams from each block that will advance to the playoffs, with the number 1 seeds getting a bye into the semifinals. So definitely look forward to that. And the quarterfinal for the playoffs, let's see. The quarterfinals and the semis will be on the 29th, and the finals will be on the 30th. So, got that to look forward to. But yeah, good stuff, good stuff. Okay. Now, let's see. Let's take a look. The Noah Junior Grand Prix 2025, as the semifinals have been set for this tournament. Let's take a look at the standings. Okay, here we have our semifinal matchups, as what was a phenomenal match, definitely back and forth. Hiromu Takahashi was able to best Ninja Mac and pin him in a very hard-fought back-and-forth match. I was really upset at Tadasuke. Of course, Team 2000X with the shenanigans was able to defeat my man Amakusa to advance to the semis. Kai Fujimura with the big upset over Shuji Kondo. Did not expect that, especially considering how quickly Shuji Kondo beat Black Mansoure. But Kai Fujimura defeating Shuji Kondo to advance to the semis. And then in a nice back and forth match between Ita and Hayata, Hayata was able to get the victory to advance. But yeah, our semifinals are set, which they're going to do the semifinals and finals on the 21st of November, which is coming up middle of the week, just about. But yeah, we're actually almost like going into the weekend, I meant to say. But your semifinal matchups come down to the current GHC Junior Heavyweight Champion Hiromu Takahashi taking on Team 2000X's Tadasuke. And we have Kai Fujimura versus Hayata. Now, looking at this, to be honest, something tells me that probably... So either two things are gonna happen that I could see happen. I think Tadasuke, with the help of Team 2000X shenanigans, might end up defeating Hiromu Takahashi to advance to the finals. I don't see Kai Fujimura beating Hayata, to be honest with you. So I do think Hayata will make it to the finals. But a part of me could also see if Hiromu Takahashi does defeat Tadasuke to make it to the finals. It wouldn't surprise me if whoever his opponent is in the finals, if he just goes ahead and just puts the GHC Junior Heavyweight Championship on the line in the finals. You know what I mean? I mean, kill two birds with one stone. So, we'll see. We'll see what happens. It's been a pretty fun tournament so far. Like I said, at least my two favorites in Ninja Mac and Amakusa were able to win their respective matches to get to the quarterfinals. But like I said, came up short. So it is what it is. But overall, it's been a fun tournament. Like I said, I got a pretty soft spot for the junior heavyweight division in Pro Wrestling Noah because they got some names that I definitely like. So I'm definitely looking forward to really just seeing how this tournament concludes. Okay. And then to finish things off, got the 10th anniversary show for Chihiro Hashimoto under Sendai Girls called KAIBUTSU A DECADE. That's right. Shout out to Big Hosh, Chihiro Hashimoto. I got a chance to meet her while I was in Japan. So, happy 10-year anniversary to Chihiro Hashimoto. And what a great, solid card that they had. This took place on November 16th. This was at Corcoran Hall. And yeah, let's get into these matches. So, let's see. First up, we got my graphics. Alright, let's do this. First match. Alrighty. You had a tag team match. Team Evolution versus Team Sendai Girls. As the ladies of Evolution, Chi-Chi and Soy, went up against the Sendai Girls of Yura Suzuki and the current Sendai Girls World Junior Champion in YUNA. Solid opening match. Cage match doesn't have the official times on there, but this was a good, solid back and forth match to open up the show. Both teams looked really solid. I really liked the striking that I saw from Yura Suzuki, and Chi-Chi Soy, team that did their thing. But when it all came down to it, it would be the Sendai Girls World Junior Champion to seal the deal for her team, hitting Soy with a beautiful missile drop kick and then pinning her for the 1-2-3. Team Sendai Girls picks up the victory in the opening match. YUNA and Yura Suzuki. Great opening match. Definitely enjoyed it. All right. Let's go on to the next match. Alrighty, we had the finals of the Jaja Uma tournament. It came down to Senka Akatsuki representing Marvelous versus Spike Nishimura representing Sendai Girls. Solid match to finish off this tournament. Definitely went back and forth. I really like what I saw out of both ladies. Spike Nishimura has really come a long way, and it's really no surprise that she ended up joining Sendai Girls. So, good move on her part. But this was pretty much back and forth, both ladies wearing each other down. And then the big finish, a beautifully executed frog splash, which, shout out to Senka getting up to the top turnbuckle so quick. Getting up there, hits the frog splash on Spike Nishimura, and then pins her for the 1, 2, 3. And ladies and gentlemen, Senka Akatsuki of Marvelous is your Jaja Uma tournament winner for this year. She got herself a, the flag, the little, not a plaque, but, the certificate and whatnot. And then she made the challenge. She made the challenge to YUNA, who did end up coming out to the ring for the Sendai Girls World Junior Championship. So, at least we know Senka's got a title shot to look forward to with winning this tournament. So, congratulations to Senka Akatsuki, and we'll have to see when she gets her title shot. It hasn't been made official when she'll get her title shot, but we know that she's earned it from winning this tournament. So, should be good. Look forward to it. Alrighty, let's go to the next match. Oh man, it gets wild. Okay, so this next match, we had a three-way, so a triple threat. Shin, Sakura, Hirota, who was dressed up as Chihiro Hashimoto, versus Yu versus Aja Kong. And, of course, it was obvious that this was a comedy match. And it definitely delivered. Of course, Shin, Sakura, Hirota playing the role of Big Hash, Chihiro Hashimoto. And it was just funny seeing her try to hit Yu with the Albright and hit Aja Kong with the Albright. Like, it was so funny. It was really, really funny. And it was a very entertaining match. And honestly, it did what it was supposed to do. The finish was so weird because even though Aja Kong was stacked on top of Shin, Sakura, Hirota, Yu got on top of Aja Kong, and it looked like Yu had the pin on both ladies. The 1, 2, 3 was counted, but the ref awarded the victory to Aja Kong. And it's weird. It's really weird, but technically she was on top of Shin, Sakura, Hirota, which I still would have thought that Yu, but I mean, you can only pin one person, so I guess that's how that works. So it is what it is, but it was still a very funny match. It was a funny comedy match, definitely delivered, but Aja Kong, your winner. All right, let's go to the next match. Here we go. All right, we had Cosmic Angels of Stardom make a splash in Sendai Girls Land as the team of Natsupoi and Aya Sakura, which apparently them together are known as Fairy Blossom. I literally just found this out a moment ago. But Fairy Blossom, Natsupoi, and one half of the Stardom New Blood Tag Team Champions, Aya Sakura, the High Kick Angel, taking on Bob Momo Banana, made up of Mio Momono and Yurika Oka. Another very entertaining match between both of these teams. A great dose of comedy and action. And I have to say, Aya Sakura, she took a lot of punishment in this match. Like, for reals. And, of course, Bob Momo Banana. They are such a funny, hilarious tag team. And it definitely shows just more and more that they team up together. Even though it's weird because Yurika Oka is Sendai Girls, Mio Momono is Marvelous. You know what I mean? So it's kind of weird, but their team works so well together. So it's really neat. It was definitely back and forth, very action-packed. But it would be Natsupoi that would get the pin on Yurika Oka. Pinned her with the SOS for the 1, 2, 3. And Fairy Blossom picked up the victory in this match, but like I said, it was very entertaining. It really could have gone either way. But Natsupoi and Aya Sakura were your winners. Alright, let's go to the next match. Alrighty, next up we had a singles match. I was kind of hoping that this would end up being a hardcore match, but we had a singles match between Maria of Marvelous versus the hardcore queen, Chisako. Another solid match. Definitely, Maria put up a decent fight. And even though this was a regular match, it was still good for what it was. Definitely good for what it was. But, I mean, Chisako just ended up being a little too much for Maria, one half of Magenta. Chisako pinned Maria after hitting a devastating Mad Splash for the 1-2-3. And yeah, Chisako continues to show why she's a staple in Sendai Girls, especially being the hardcore queen, but gets a victory in a regular match over Maria. But very solid. Alright, let's go to the next match. And this next match was really good as well. Alrighty. So we had a tag team match where we had the team of Takumi Iroha and VENY taking on Red Energy's Mika Iwata and Miyuki Takase. Oh, a hard-hitting back-and-forth match between these two teams. Very entertaining. Red Energy, of course, multiple times Sendai Girls World Tag Team Champs. A very formidable team. But, you know, VENY and Takumi Iroha did their thing as well. Oh, they definitely did their thing. Made it count. And like I said, it was a match that could have gone either way. But it would be VENY that would hit a diving moonsault onto Mika Iwata, which she got up there quickly to hit that, by the way. But then pinned her for the 1-2-3. Takumi Iroha, VENY pick up the victory in this tag team match. And like I said, I did not expect Mika Iwata to get pinned. I would have thought it would have ended up being Miyuki Takase, but it is what it is. They beat Red Energy. That's a big deal. That is a big deal. And then the main event came down to this special match to cap off Chihiro Hashimoto's 10th anniversary. Now, originally, this was supposed to be just a special main event singles match between Sareee and Chihiro Hashimoto, but it ended up turning into Big Hash defending the Sendai Girls World Championship. So this ended up becoming a title match. And let me tell you, it delivered. I would have to say that this is a match of the year candidate. Even towards the end of the year, this is a match of the year candidate. And we're talking about two ladies that know each other so well. I mean, these ladies go way back. I mean, in the Sendai Girls days, the Diana days, these two ladies go way back. So, a lot of history between Sareee and Chihiro Hashimoto, and it all came out in this match, went the distance, and shout out to Big Hash surviving all those Uranagis, just incredible. Sareee surviving power bombs here and power bombs there and lariats, just hard-hitting match from both of these ladies. I mean, trading move after move, trading power move after power move. These ladies brought it all out. But in the end, where it seemed like Sareee was going to give one more wrist clutch Uranagi and whatnot, when it all came down to it, out of nowhere, Big Hash was able to pin Sareee, hit the Albright, and pin her for the 1-2-3 And Big Hash, Chihiro Hashimoto, still your Sendai Girls World Champion. A hard-fought battle. What a match. Match of the Year candidate for reals. For reals. And then, of course, afterwards, she got on the mic and said some things. And it was reiterated. It was reiterated. So the idea is within 3 years, from now, Sendai Girls to sell out the Nippon Budokan. Now, just context, the Nippon Budokan is usually where Noah does Noah the New Year at. The Nippon Budokan. I went there when I was in Japan for Noah the New Year. Beautiful venue. Beautiful venue. Here's the thing. Now, the Nippon Budokan. Now, this is so interesting because, remember, Sareeism Chapter 10 is going to be at the Yokohama Budokan. And now, Sendai Girls, Meiko Satomura, Chihiro Hashimoto, has a goal to sell out the Nippon Budokan within 3 years. Now, the capacity of the Nippon Budokan, by the way, is 14,501. That's the listed capacity. Or actually, they say give or take 14,471, but pretty much 14,500, just about. That's the capacity. And like I said, it's a beautiful venue. Beautiful venue. It's also a sumo arena as well. But it's gonna be a challenge. Because don't forget, Sendai Girls doesn't have a big roster. Their roster's not that big. So I think a big thing is they're gonna have to really get that roster up. You know, they got to make some moves. They got to do some things and really get that roster up in order to really have a shot. I truly believe that. That's what it takes. Because otherwise, it's going to be tough. Otherwise, it's going to be tough. But, you know, we'll see what happens. I think it's a great goal. I admire, you know, just the passion. But it's going to be a difficult goal. I mean, and we're talking Sendai Girls show alone. A Sendai Girls show. Selling out the Nippon Budokan. It's going to be a challenge, y'all. I'm not so sure they can pull that off. I mean, within 3 years, it's not impossible, but there's a lot of things that have to play out. There's a lot of things that have to play out. And the thing is, you got to think, they're already going to be losing you at the end of the year, because remember, her retirement's 12/28. So Yu's going to be retired. So, I mean, that's the thing. They're going to have to really try to build that roster up. Get more folks. Maybe have to talk to some freelancers, see what's out there, because ain't no way I could see them selling out the Nippon Budokan with the roster size they have. I can't see it. I can't see it. So, not to mention the promotion only has 3 championships with the Sendai Girls tag titles, the junior title, and the main world title. So, I mean, just something to think about. Just something to think about. There's one more piece of news that I wanted to mention. So, it has been said that Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling, it has been made official. Here, let me pull it up. Let me pull it up, because I want to make sure I want to make sure I get this correct. So, special announcement for TJPW. So, their first show of 2026 is Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling 26, which will take place on January 4th. It's the same show that I went to earlier this year at Korakuen Hall when I was in Japan. But it has been announced that Yuka Sakazaki, that's right, the magical girl herself, who's a part of the AEW roster, Yuka Sakazaki, will be competing at Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling 26 on January 4th. We don't know who her opponent is. We don't know who her opponent is. But this is definitely big news. Definitely big news. Not only that, but Yuka Sakazaki has also been officially announced for Grand Princess 26 at Ryogoku Kokugigan on March 29th of next year. With that being said, I have a feeling that this is going to be a big setup. I want to paint a picture. So now we know for sure so far for this Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling 26 show on January 4th. We already know 2 matches that's going to happen. We're going to get Shoko Nakajima versus Hyper Misao. That, just like all the previous years, we're going to have that match. And Miyu Watanabe, the current Princess of Princess champion, will defend the championship against Suzume. So we know those 2 matches are happening. What I think this is trying to set up, what I think this is going to set up, so I'm going to tell you right now, I do believe that Miyu Watanabe will successfully retain the Princess of Princess championship against Suzume. And then afterwards, what I think is going to happen, you know, to some degree, there's going to be a setup to where maybe there's a call out or an announcement or whatnot. But I think Yuka Sakazaki will be Miyu Watanabe's opponent at Grand Princess 26 on March 29th. And the reason Miyu Watanabe has beaten every original pillar of TJPW except for one. And that's the magical girl Yuka Sakazaki. And this is her chance to cement her legacy. Remember, Miyu Watanabe has won each major tournament in TJPW. Because remember, she's won the Tokyo Princess Cup. She's also won a Futariwa Princess Tag Tournament as well. She is the second ever Grand Slam champion in TJPW history. The first was, of course, Rika Tatsumi. She became the second. And she has beaten every pillar of TJPW except for Yuka Sakazaki. So, I think they're going to fix that up for Grand Princess 26. So I am predicting that Yuka Sakazaki will be Miyu Watanabe's opponent at Grand Princess 26 for the Princess of Princess Championship. Calling it now. And I believe that is where Miyu Watanabe finally cements her legacy and beats Yuka Sakazaki clean. Because let's face it, Yuka doesn't need that title. She doesn't need that title. So, this is a great opportunity for Miyu Watanabe to cement her legacy. But, that's all I got. I look forward to it. Should be a lot of fun. Anyway, that'll do it for this video. Don't forget to let me know what your thoughts are on the current standings with the 15th Goddesses of Stardom Tag League, as well as the Noah Jr. Grand Prix 2025. Also, let me know your thoughts on the KAIBUTSU A Decade Sendai Girls show celebrating Chihiro Hashimoto's 10th year anniversary. And let me know your thoughts on Yuka Sakazaki being announced for Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling 26, as well as Grand Princess 26. And what do you think they're going to do with that? And also, let me know, do you think Sendai Girls will hit their goal within 3 years of selling out a show at the Nippon Budokan? Let me know your thoughts there. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell while you're at it. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. For another Pro Wrestling Talk brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the U to the Tube, my name is Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. Hope everybody has a blessed start to the week, and I will see y'all in the next video and or live stream. Peace. I am out of here. Laters.